It's Miss Jill from the Warren-Trumbull County Public Library. I would like to share with you how to make an egg in a hole. So I'm going to go over some of the things you need, and then I will demonstrate on how to do it. It's a pretty easy recipe, so I'm feeling pretty confident. But before you work in the kitchen, I want to remind you we're all about kitchen safety. So ask an adult, make sure you're allowed to work in the kitchen, and then wash your hands really good to get all those germs off, and then we'll be ready to go. So what you will need, of course, egg in a hole, you will need an egg. You will need a slice of bread, your favorite, it doesn't matter. A tablespoon of butter and a little salt and pepper. And I always like to have a spoon because sometimes the egg cracking can get a little messy and you end up with a shell where it shouldn't be. So that's helpful to get that shell out. And then you'll also need a glass that we're going to use to cut the bread. So I'm using a griddle today because I'm at the library and I don't have access to a kitchen. You can use a skillet and put it on your stove on medium-high heat. And you can do that before you get started with the bread and the cracking of the egg. And you'll take your tablespoon of butter and you will put it in your skillet and let it melt. That way it won't stick when you put that egg on. So you'll take your slice of bread and you'll take a glass, and the main thing is the circle of the glass cannot be larger than the inside of the bread. So you'll set the glass down and you will twist it a little bit, and then you will have a hole in your piece of bread. You want to save this circle, you're going to need it. So we will now take our bread and we'll put it in our butter along with our circle, and then you're going to take your egg, and the best you can, you're going to crack that egg. And I always like to crack it in a bowl, like I said, because sometimes that shell gets where it shouldn't be, and I don't know if you've ever eaten an eggshell, but it's not a pleasant experience. So then you will pour your egg into the hole of your bread, and we're going to cook it about a minute. We're going to put a little bit of pepper if you like pepper. If you don't have to put that on. And a little bit of salt just for some flavor. And we'll wait patiently, about a minute. We're going to let the egg set on the bottom a little bit. And you'll also need a spatula. I forgot to tell you that because we'll have to do some flipping. So we're going to peek at our circle and see if it's starting to brown up. And if it's not, just let it cook a little bit more. Our egg's getting set. It'll still be ready on the top, but we're gonna flip it really quick. It's all in the wrist, and you just need lots of practice, just like anything else, to get better. So we're gonna take it, give it a flip, and then we're gonna flip our circle, and we're gonna let it cook about another minute. And when you're standing watching, a minute can seem like a really long time. So if you wanted to practice your counting, that would be a good time to practice that. And then you can peek again. You don't want the egg to be too runny, but you want it to be done. And then you will take your spatula. You can flip it on your plate and also your circle. And then you can take your circle. We call them dippy eggs at my house. Dip it, put it in. Delicious. Give it a try.